we're coming back to it?
Yeah, we'll come back to it in the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see it in the agendas.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to put it in there.
Oh, all right.
I didn't have time.
Okay. Oh, you're putting it in there. Okay.
I guess comeback season.
Comeback season. There you go, because we're coming back to it. You're making your hockey comeback.
Tim's hockey comeback. Yeah, don't call it a comeback. I can't even spell. There we go.
Didn't I tell you I think I still have your left-handed street hockey stick?
Oh, you do?
Sure. In my basement, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
I'll have to see next time. We can
a Coho stick. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah. Oh wow. They don't even make those anymore. Damn.
No, they do not. They do not. They also don't make the Nike,
Vapor.
wood Nike Mario Lemieux sticks that I bought.
Oh yeah.
For $10 from Dick's Sporting Goods because it was the cheapest stick available there. Wow, dude, that's awesome. Very cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, you ready for the Trivial Pursuit question of the week?
Sure.
We got a good one here. I pulled a good random one here.
Random card. All right.
I might have to ask you multiple questions off of this because there's there's some good ones.
Just start at the top then, I guess.
Okay. Okay. What is the north end of Chicago's Michigan Avenue also known as?
The Miracle Mile?
Ooh, close. Close. Not Miracle. You got the mile part right. And you got the M right. The alliteration is
Magnificent Mile. That's right.
Mile.
Miracle Mile's in Las Vegas. That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's what they called the shop. Well, I don't know if they still call them that. That's what they called the shops that were inside the whatever the Planet Hollywood casino was before it became Planet Aladdin, I think it was.
Oh, interesting.
Something like that. Anyway, yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh, this will be kind of a tough one. I think I know the answer to this one. What TV show's marketing campaign features the stars making the loser L sign on their foreheads? I think I know which one this is.
Is it Community?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Nope, I was right. It's Glee. It's like Glee and L is. Yeah. Okay. I never watched an episode of that in my life.
Never watched it.
Yeah. Here's a good one for you. Former Catholic.
Okay.
Former Catholic. I can refer to you as that.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
You like excommunicated yourself, or what do you have to do? Did you have to turn in your?
Yeah, I have to send in the paperwork to tell them to kiss my ass, and there's no such thing as the judgment, so I guess we won't see you there. But
all right. You don't.
I think I have to write a letter to the bishop of the diocese and tell him basically like I renounce my faith in a formal manner, and there's no hope for me and no coming back. So just sorry, whatever.
All right. Yeah. Well, what color smoke announces the election of a new pope?
White smoke.
That's right. Coming up from
the chimney in the Sistine Chapel at the
Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
All right. Did you ever watch the movie Conclave?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, dude, it's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
It won some kind of, or was nominated for, I think, like best original screenplay or something like that. It was really, really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if you'd like it or not, but it was pretty good. Okay. What American artist is known for his paintings of flags and targets? Flags and targets.
Flags and targets. That is very niche.
Because I almost want to say like Banksy, but I don't think he's known for flags and targets.
He's not American either, I think. Isn't he British?
Oh, yeah, right. It says American.
Yeah,
you're right.
It says American. I don't know. We'll go with Andy Warhol.
Never heard of this guy. I'm gonna look him up right now. Jasper Jones.
Jasper Jones?
I have never heard of Jasper Jones.
No, I've never heard of him either. Are we sure
he doesn't even come up?
He doesn't.
When I
even-
Google Jasper Jones, it comes up as Jasper Jones is an award-winning Australian coming-of-age novel by Craig Silvey.
Hmm.
Let me look up.
Did Trivial Pursuit mess
Wow,
up the
artist
answers?
isn't even.
How about artists who paint?
This guy looks like Michael Caine. Look him up.
Artists who paint flags and
Yeah, there you go.
targets.
There you go.
Jasper Johns.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It comes
Well, if
up.
I could fucking read,
I got
then
you.
that would, yeah, okay. Jasper
gotcha.
Johns.
Jasper Johns.
Yeah, he comes right up. He comes right up.
There you
Okay.
go.
Wow.
This guy. Oh, he
If-
painted.
That's a false start at home for me.
Wow. Oh, these are very nice targets.
It's like, that's kind of interesting.
I wonder if
I'll plug
I
my
wonder if
own.
anybody's ever bought like one of these and actually like fired
Yeah.
through it. You know?
That's like the next, that's like the next iteration. Like an artist buys one of these and does an installation
Shoots
where
it,
they're
yeah.
shooting, target at it, whatever. An arrow dipped in paint.
Yeah, an arrow. Yeah. Or like an
interesting.
incendiary arrow, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Burns it up.
And then duct tapes a banana to the wall.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't heard of this guy, because to plug my own art series Circumference, which you can find at danmoranville.com.
Yeah. He painted circles too.
Exactly. It's a pretty interesting circular situation there.
Yeah.
Jasper Johns. Never heard of the guy. Never
Jasper
once in my
Johns.
life.
No.
Okay. What type of horse is distinguished by its dished head, arched neck, and deep chest cavity?
The hell's a dished head?
I don't know what a dished head is. I'm going to look that up. Dished head. My Google history is going to be wild.
The only kinds of horses I know of are like thoroughbreds.
What is a dished head?
I don't know of any like breeds. I'm not a huge
Arabian.
like, Arabian. Okay.
Let me look up like an Arabian horse. I've heard of that before.
What is a dish? I've heard an Arabian horse, but I didn't like dished head.
Now, when you start to Google Arabian horse, it says Arabian horse dished face. It just means that it's like
Dipped?
concave.
Oh.
The horse, the like nose is concave.
Oh.
It's got like a nose job, where it's like, nice. I'm
gonna
slope,
I'm gonna look it up there. Arabian horse. I guess. Interesting. Okay.
And I see one link here says a severely dished face reduces the space in the skull. This can cause crowding of the teeth to the extent the horse cannot eat or chew properly. So
that doesn't seem very evolutionarily advantageous. Like,
who's out here breeding these guys with the
who has failed their job as the intermediary in the evolutionary chain?
Yeah.
Like it's like those designer dogs, like or the like purebred dogs. Like if you watch the dog show on Thanksgiving,
we do.
It's like like you see some of these dogs and you're just like, man, dude, the pug, like that is one that gets me. I'm just like, really?
It's like, why did we do this?
Why are we still doing this? Like, why are we still breeding it? Like, I feel bad. We should put the species out of its misery.
Yeah.
Not the species, but the breed, the type, I guess. I don't know.
Not this whole species
are the breeds. Yeah, we don't want to put all this the whole species out.
I have noticed over the last few years the am I using this word dearth correctly? Of French bulldogs has like dramatically decreased. There used to be a dearth of French bulldogs. How often can you use dearth? I gotta get it in while I can. There used to be a lot of French bulldogs, especially in Chicago. I don't know. Everybody had a Frenchie named Louis, which was really dumb and unoriginal. And they were all like the worst people and dogs. But I don't see many Frenchies anymore out there. I think everybody realized like, oh yeah, Not such a great dog.
No, they're
Like,
not
Not a great, dog behaviorally or,
physically.
scientifically.
They're ugly. Yeah.
All right, final one. Wrapping up here. Sports and
right.
leisure. For whatever reason, sports and leisure category. According to the ad campaign, how do you spell relief from acid indigestion? I don't know why this is sports and leisure.
What? How is that
guess
sports and leisure?
Having your old leisurely acid indigestion.
Rolaids spells relief, man.
Ah!
ROLAIDS.
I guess you got to be like 900 years old to know that one.
Hey,
I did not know.
Or have severe indigestion problems your whole life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the GERD.
Did you know you could take too much in the antacid department?
Oh yeah.
To where you effectively neutralize your stomach, and then you have to drink like acid, something acidic, to actually like counteract that.
I did not know that.
I did that once.
Whoops.
I was like, why is my stomach like just clogged up now? Like felt like it wasn't. So I had to go drink some pineapple juice to get it like going back again.
Wow. Just
yeah.
Double fisting like a
some
baking soda mixed in water and then like some fucking V8 juice. Just
atomic.
Balance
so
it out.
the atomic wings at Wingstop are like yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea, man.
I made the mistake of
didn't have the stomach for that back then.
No. Yeah. Thankfully my bachelor party was a couple of nights before the wedding. I would never recommend, maybe this is a locker room talk. Don't have your bachelor party the night before your wedding. That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, for sure.
Do it like a week before. We went to some wing place. I forget what it was. It wasn't B-Dubs. It was like a local wing place in somewhere south of Nashville, Franklin or Brentwood or something like that, Tennessee. And they had a ghost pepper chili like sauce. And so, everybody's like, all right, we got to do this. We got to have a wing dipped in this. So we tried it. It was like, 1,000,000 on the Scoville scale. Like it touched your tongue and your immediate, like the waiter was like, all right, I'll bring it to you. But like, you
have to sign a waiver.
Basically he was basically like, you're going to be screwed basically. And he brought like some lemon juice, like ready to go, because I guess that helps kind of neutralize whatever. And so neutralize the heat in your mouth. Not good for the acid in your stomach, of course, because it's more acid that you're adding. So that was not good feeling. I took one single bite of it and it was probably the worst like 4 hours of stomach pain I've ever had. Like that was rough. We had to go and like I was chugging like my Lanta or whatever it was, from the gas station next door. We like, let's see, we lived in Vegas, like it was maybe a couple years into our marriage, and we got Wingstop, and I was like, how hot can Atomic be? Like there's no, no way it can be that bad, right? So I got a like whatever the 10-pack or whatever. I was ambitious and stupid. And so I ate like one of them. I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. Like halfway through the wing, I was like, oh, this is not good. I drank beer because alcohol is supposed to like neutralize fix everything,
or like, well, alcohol is supposed to like it's a solvent, so it takes the like capsaicin oil off your tongue and out of your mouth, right?
Okay, all right.
So drank a beer. At 6% alcohol is not enough to do anything.
Hand me the isopropyl.
So brushed my teeth, still like flame throwing out the mouth. I think I ended up like swishing and spitting whiskey, followed by then drinking the whiskey, brushing my teeth a couple more times. Like it was like the whole rest of the day and into the night, I was trying to get that out of my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, never again, man.
No,
never again.
No.
There's a line for me in hot like spicy food, and it's like right up to the point where there's no flavor, like it's just burning your mouth. You know?
Exactly.
Like I like heat, but I also want to taste what I'm eating.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Thai places, sometimes you gotta start with level 3, and then you can always add some sauce, you know.
I start with I'm like mild. I'm like the white guy mild on everything.
Oh, you're
I'm
a
like,
0.
Yeah, I'm like I want some flavor in there, you know.
Yeah.
But please don't make it spicy.
Yeah,
Please be kind to me.
I'm that guy at the Thai restaurant. Like, okay, we'll start with a 4, and then I add some more stuff, and then I got like snot running down my face, and sweat coming out. I'm like, yeah, this is the good.
They're all laughing at you
because it's still flavorful.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Speaking of spicy,
I know Jordan v NASCAR. Have you read anything about this? You heard about this?
So I had heard about it, and then I kind of forgot about it for a while. And then you brought it back into the, I guess they settled. So
yeah, I guess
like
I'm probably
after
behind
it went
here
to you're not that far behind. Like, I guess it just settled like the other day or going into the weekend. Like, I don't really understand the whole case other than Jordan wanted to own more of a team or something. I don't.
I think what it is they, from what I was reading in the initial thing, they NASCAR is essentially like owned by, it's not a league.
Yeah.
Like the NFL, NHL, NBA, they are like the actual entity of the league is a nonprofit organization that whose members are for-profit businesses.
Yeah.
And the way they're nonprofit is that the revenue comes in and then is split back out to the, like, according to the collective bargaining agreement of each league, whatever, split back out to the owners of each organization, and then the players, the organization. In NASCAR, you have like teams that are, like cars that are owned by a racing team.
Yeah.
But NASCAR is a for-profit business, like owned by the France family, essentially.
Yeah.
I think they might have other investors or something like that. But, and you probably know all this, so I'm just explaining this for the people listening to the show. But like the way that the charter system works with NASCAR is that, how is it? There are teams that there's basically like 2 tiers of membership in NASCAR.
Yeah. So the charter members are the like established, like Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, the kind of like, I guess,
the legacy,
the franchises, for lack of a better term. And they're guaranteed, like they own a certain number of spots in every race, basically. And I think NASCAR capped them at 4 several years ago, probably about 15, 20 years ago now. They capped it at like each team can own 4 charters. So the charter is like based on the car, I think is how it works now. Or the car number, whatever. And then the rest of the spots in the field are basically like up for grabs. And you're not guaranteed a spot in the race.
And it's kind of pay to play too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they have to put money in to be able to get into the races. I think.
Yeah.
Right?
You have
or
to
do they have to qualify?
You have to
or something
pay.
like that?
Well, so you have to pay entry fees, and then you have to qualify. So if there's like, I don't know how many there are now racing, but it used to be like 43 cars was kind of the field for every race. And so basically like X number of spots were already guaranteed. And then, so I think at the time it was maybe like 34, 36, somewhere in there was like guaranteed for the charter teams. And then the other spots were up for grabs. So if there were 12 teams vying for 8 spots, conceivably 4 teams paid to enter the race weekend. But if they failed to qualify, then they just went home empty handed.
Right. And then NASCAR's just pocketing.
And then NASCAR's pocketing. I mean, NASCAR has expenses too, though. I mean, they've got officiating, they've got the tires, the fuel, the track fees, all that kind of stuff that they've got to pay out too. So it's not like, I don't know. It's not like NASCAR's making a huge margin, I doubt, on those entry fee type of things. I don't know how much the entry fees are.
I don't know how much the entry fees are, but they were making a profit of like
they were making profits probably more on advertising and like sponsorship revenues from the, you know, like official beverage of NASCAR, official, you know, whatever of NASCAR.
Yeah.
That's probably more where their profits were coming in.
NASCAR reported a $102.6 million profit last year on revenues of $1.7 billion.
Dang.
But documents also claim there are significant member distributions.
Yeah.
It's the France Family Trust, which are the owners, which are more than $100 million per year. So it's like they're essentially saying, which I don't know how they're classifying this, because the business that I own, any distribution counts toward profit. Like that's got to be reported as profit on taxes. So I don't know how they're doing this, but I'm going to ask my accountant. Like, hey, let's get that NASCAR set up there, bud.
This very well could be grandfathered into tax codes from 60, 70 years ago too, you know, because when they were established.
So NASCAR reported $107.3 million in member distributions. So that's probably the charter organizations are getting that paid out. So the owner, the France Family Trust, is making the same amount total as it's paying out to all of the member distribution. Like, so it's, I don't know. So I guess the whole case was basically like antitrust. It was basically like they're saying like, and apparently I've learned by reading this article that it's not actually illegal to have a monopoly, but it's illegal in how, like, certain ways you use a monopoly. It's pretty interesting. So how did they settle it? Let me look at how they settled it, because I looked it up in The Athletic, and all this article says it's, the headline is NASCAR's trial of the century ends with an MJ win plus an NFC South thriller. And then all it says is, good morning, be like NASCAR Mike today. And then and then there's just like a little break, and it says, while you were sleeping, Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins, and a Tampa spoiler. Like, that's the article, is good morning, be like NASCAR Mike today.
Okay.
What?
That's
3
weird.
days ago, and it's not updated. What are you guys doing over there at The Athletic?
I don't know. I'm trying to look at it on ESPN. It's
okay, what 23XI and Front Row and NASCAR's other teams are getting in the settlement. Landmark settlement that ended the antitrust lawsuit saw the league make several notable concessions beyond just granting teams evergreen charters.
okay.
So in addition to all 15 charter holding teams having their charters become permanent instead of expiring, Settlement terms include teams receiving a say in governance and a greater percentage of various NASCAR revenue streams. Combined gains are considered a massive win by 23XI and Front Row. 23XI is obviously Jordan because of the 23.
Yeah. It says this is basically they franchised the sport now. Is what the ESPN article says. It says essentially franchising because basically 36 charters are guaranteed forever now. I don't know. Evergreen charters.
Okay.
It's interesting that Michael Jordan got involved in motorsports.
Very.
I
mean, he's from Carolina, right?
Yeah. It's just like, because basketball is kind of, I mean, basketball is what Jordan was, still is, owns part of the Bobcats, or Hornets, whatever the hell they're called now. But like when he wasn't playing basketball, it was golf and baseball was his other passion. Like, I don't know where, like, I mean, good for him if he's, thinking like, hey, I'm a smart businessman and this is obviously a market that I can tap into to make money. I'm not, I just like never, I don't know. You see Michael Jordan and you don't think NASCAR.
Yeah.
Or motorsports at all.
Right.
But it's also interesting because NASCAR is known to be kind of one of those last bastions of not overt racism, but just subtle enough racism,
right?
To like, I mean, what Bubba Wallace, I think, is the only black driver they have.
Yeah.
And even he like faced some.
Oh yeah, some crazy stuff.
Steep criticism or steep challenges to get into it. And it's like and NASCAR try to be like, oh, we're not racist. Like, okay, but your fans fly the Confederate flag. Like, right. 2/3 of your races take place in the Confederacy.
Yeah. Right.
You like have no black pit crew chief, owners, drivers. Like, I mean, maybe a couple, but it's not very, it's like, and then it's well known that you have team owners and other white participants in your sport who make racial jokes and, right. or make racial slurs and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why, if you're Michael Jordan, you would want to associate with that. Maybe he thought he could kind of like be a force for ending it all.
This is interesting. I'm looking it up. I just Googled how many non-white people involved in NASCAR. AI overview. Okay. All right. Key figures and representation. Bubba Wallace, of course. All right.
Yeah.
Prominent black driver in the Cup Series. Daniel Suarez is a well-known Mexican-American driver.
Yeah, Mexican.
Team owners. Brad Daugherty.
Yeah, I knew
former basketball player, is a successful black team owner.
Yeah.
Becoming the first black principal owner to win the Daytona 500 in 2023.
Yeah,
NASCAR's Drive for Diversity program aims to develop and place women and people of color in various NASCAR roles. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm sure that they're going to get rid of the Drive for Diversity now that, how do I say this delicately? NASCAR is Trump country.
Well,
and that's
right.
the other shocking thing to me is like, why, I don't know if I would ever feel comfortable to be around those people that much. you know, a lot of them say the right things when they're in front of cameras now, you know, but I mean, we all know they pretty much, I mean, if they believed what they said on camera, then they would be higher, you know, there would be more Black and Hispanic and female participants in the sport,
Right.
you know, because they don't believe that. You know, you're telling me that there are no Black drivers that are as talented or more talented than the worst white driver in NASCAR.
Right.
Like the guy who puts his car into the fence on turn 2. And there are no Black or Hispanic driver or female drivers that could complete one lap.
Right.
Even you're telling me,
Yeah.
no, come on. Like there's been some pretty shitty white drivers in NASCAR history.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't know. I'd probably give a teenager a better shot at making a lap than that guy. You know?
Speaking of teenagers driving, this is just a funny aside. The other day, I do snow removal at a house that's like in a circle. So like you turn off. No, it's not a cul-de-sac. So you kind of turn off of like the sort of main side road kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off of that, and there's like no outlet, but it kind of goes like in a loop. So it's like you could drive to the end of that and curve around, and then I mean, there's probably like 50 houses on this loop, but there's no outlet from this loop except for one thing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Oh, we
Yeah.
have those in Columbus.
Looks
in
like a P. Looks like a P.
It's they're in the white flight neighborhoods.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. And
yeah.
no, they were designed for a very specific purpose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they were.
And that purpose was to keep an eye on who was coming in and out of the neighborhood.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
And there's a reason that they're in the not downtown areas of most cities.
Right. Because they're not very functional.
A brief aside on redlining and racism, friends.
Exactly. So
anyway, back to
I'm doing snow removal. So an aside on the side. So I'm doing snow removal at this place, and it's like on the corner. And when I first got there, there's this like SUV that pulls up and stops, and I was like kind of waiting, because I'm assuming he's gonna pull out, but he turns left, and I was like, what? Because like I'm like, you turning left, you're just going back. Like maybe they forgot something at home. Mm-hmm. So I park and I get out and getting, going and stuff. And here comes this car again, and it stops, and then it turns left again. I was like, what the hell is going on here? So then it comes back around the other way, and I look in the car, and it's like this teenager. And I was like, oh, he's getting in his hours. Because in Michigan, you got to do like, I forget what it is, like 50 hours of driving, and 10 of those have to be in like rain or snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. So you have to do like certain hours in inclement weather to be able to qualify for like the part 2 or whatever. At least it was when I was in driver's ed here, but pretty funny. So he's just doing his laps.
So he's just getting
hours.
his snow driving. Okay. Interesting.
Without leaving the neighborhood.
At least he's doing it in a safe environment too, because I mean, 25 miles an hour, probably speed limit around that little loop, and not probably a whole lot of traffic. So
zero traffic,
except for me. Cool.
And I kept looking up, and by like the 30th time that he went by, he looked at me and just started laughing, shaking his head. I was like, yeah. And he was doing great. He wasn't texting or anything like that. At least
that's good.
So that was good.
Did he have an adult in the car with him, or is he allowed to drive by himself?
I didn't see anybody in there. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just like, maybe that was part of it, was like, hey, go get your hours. I don't have to go with you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just stay in the loop or whatever. But
yeah.
Future NASCAR driver, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Pretty good about driving in circles.
How many, do you make good left turns? Good,
He was doing right turns, so maybe a street course.
Oh, right
driver.
turns, maybe a road course racer. Yeah. F1.
Yeah. Well, congrats to MJ, I guess, on changing the world, changing everything. speaking of elite black athletes, like that segue.
Yeah.
It's comeback season, Tim.
It's comeback season.
So Serena Williams, I saw this and I was like, whoa, okay, interesting. Serena Williams has put herself in the drug treatment. What is this called?
It's
the drug testing
pool protocol thingy, whatever.
Have you ever heard of this before seeing this article?
I didn't know it was like this. Like,
dude, this is wild.
I knew that if you were registered like for competitive play, that they could drug test you at any time, basically.
Intense though.
Didn't know it was. Yeah,
you have to text a number apparently every day and tell them where you will be, and you have to remain in a certain place for an hour every day. So there's like, if you're going somewhere, you have to remain in at least one place for an hour every single day. It doesn't last like indefinitely, because I think what it is it says a testing pool does not encompass every active player, though every active player is subject to the out of competition testing. So it's mostly the top 100 singles, elite doubles, wheelchair players, and then players wishing to return after a long hiatus, which is Serena. She's also the top 100 for sure, but they have to provide their whereabouts at a given time every day of the year. And anyone who re-enters has to be in the pool for 6 months before playing a tournament. So for 6 months before ever even making money.
Oh, so she's probably going to try to come back to Wimbledon then.
Minds will
6
be
months,
blown.
so she can't like. Does that mean she can't qualify for any tournaments until she's been in the pool 6 months?
She re-entered.
Or is it?
Her name appears on an updated list of players October 6th. So she's going to be eligible March 6th, basically, I think. Or April 6th.
When is Wimbledon? Months, right? Isn't Wimbledon in June? Is Wimbledon before the French Open or after the French Open?
So Australian Open be in January.
I know. Yeah, I knew
French
that was
Open,
in January.
May and June. So she'll be, so
Wimbledon,
she could
June,
be
July.
eligible
for.
So she'll be eligible for the French Open and Wimbledon. Long as she passes her drug test. Australian Open January 12th. Okay.
I couldn't see her playing in the French Open because of clay. Like, I think that's one of the harder surfaces to play on in general.
I'm back, yeah.
Let alone coming back, like making that your first.
Who cares? She's Serena Williams. I thought this was incredible that she is. How old is she now? 44.
Yeah, she's my age, so yeah, 44.
So, I mean, I know you're not a professional athlete, but imagine coming back
at
your age to
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll get to it in just a moment because you kind of did.
Yes,
we will. I just thought this was really, really interesting. The testing protocol that you have to like how serious they take that. That's pretty incredible, actually, to keep the sport like pure and fair and stuff. That you have to, submit your location, your whereabouts every day. Not like, once a week. I know on Sunday. I can do a little,
like
you let them Tuesday.
You let them know, like, hey, I'm going to be at Kroger doing my grocery shopping from 8 to 9 on Tuesday, and they can pop by while you're looking at bananas and just be like, yeah, so hopefully there's just bananas in those bananas. Here's a cup. Like, how does that work? That part of it work? Like,
I know, that's what I wanted
as far as so I said I was at the grocery store. Like, what are they going to do? They come in like a windowless white van and
that's what I was just thinking.
Abduct you from the grocery store and
bag over the head, drag you out,
bag over the head, take you to an undisclosed facility where they force you to piss in a cup in front of everybody. Like, no curtains, no, like. because I do know that like the protocols have gotten a lot more strict with like the supervision
Okay.
of the because of the whole I guess the Russian Olympic doping scandal.
Mm-hmm.
They made the protocols a little stricter, where it's like literally like, so it used to be, you know, basically like, here's your cup, go in, like they put the dye in the toilet. I don't know if you've had a test recently.
No,
for any kind of reason. I can't remember why I had to get a drug test, but it had something to do with like I think it was when I was getting ready for my last surgery. So they have to drug test you, obviously, to make sure that, you know, when you say like you haven't used any drugs before they put you under the influence of these heavy drugs, you're telling the truth. Because the anesthesiologist told me, he's like, yeah, I had this lady who was like, no, I didn't do any, you know, I don't do any drugs. She's like, well, I did a little cocaine last night. It's like,
a little cocaine.
A,
a little cocaine's not drugs, right?
A little, and B, like the night before you're having a surgery, you're like doing lines, like, and I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so there's this dye that they put in the toilet that I guess will show like.
I'm sorry, I'm still on. I did a little cocaine
last night before my surgery. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Okay, go ahead. There's a little dye.
They put this dye in the toilet, and then they give you your cup, and then you pee in the cup, and then you finish peeing in the toilet, because obviously the cup's not going to hold all of it.
Oh yeah, I know that all too well. Go back.
You put the cup on the.
Go back to episode 3 or whatever it was from our podcast. For more on that.
You put the cup on the counter. I don't remember. I don't even think they want you to put the lid on it anymore. Like they put the lid on, like you set it on the counter with the lid. Yeah. Anyway, so then you don't flush the toilet. They come in after you've given your sample, and then they like put the lid on and flush the toilet and all that. But I guess in like athletic testing now, they've gotten to where they're like literally standing there watching you.
Yeah. Wow.
To make sure that you're not using any kind of fake pee or other. If you ever read anything about like the Tour de France, like the bicycling drug scandals from the 90s, early 2000s, like they went to insane lengths to get around a lot of the things. Like one of the grossest things I read was that they would like take a clean urine sample, put it in a condom, and insert it into their rectum with a little tube that was taped.
Okay.
Like with clear tape to their urethra. So that when they went in to give the sample, it had the appearance that they were actually just peeing, but they were removing the like stopper off of this tube. And then because this condom had been in their body, the urine was warm. So it wasn't, you know.
Sure. Of course it is.
I read that story and I was like, but what if that breaks? Like while you're.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering.
What
are the implications of it? Of course, like obviously like the consequences of it. Sure. Yeah, I could pretty much assume that. But what are the medical implications of a condom full of piss, of somebody else's pee erupting in your butt? Like,
but who? Well, and assuming at that point, it was probably somebody else's pee. Like now I'm assuming they like DNA test the piss too to make sure that it's true. You know, because urine has a DNA signature. Like I wonder if now they would do that even, you know, like DNA test it to check, but
how would you get a clean sample too if you're like doping? Because that stuff, that's like a long-term kind of thing, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean,
how that works.
Depends on what the half-life of the drug is, probably, and like what the acceptable trace levels are. And
we're gonna have to do a whole episode on doping.
I'm sure there's some guy who used to work for Balco who's, you know, figured all of these things out, and he's helping people still cheat in sports today. But
at that point, it's like just
Just
either
be clean,
good at
man.
it or don't be good at it.
Or quit.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
go.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're that, like, if you are, because you have to play a sport, doping or not, you have such a level of commitment that, like, you could channel that energy into any other thing that does not require doping
Yeah.
to, like, be like, you know, top 1% of 1% at, and you could be like a billionaire. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Could
put
you, though?
that kind of dedication towards something, well, if you're gonna be a, you know,
if you cheat it,
if you're gonna be cheating and exploiting stuff, you know, obviously.
well, you probably
you're
could
already
be a
half of
billionaire
the way
because
there.
you're a CEO. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you could. But
Dude, wow.
it's crazy.
So expectation is obviously Serena's probably not doping. We would assume.
Not doping, I would assume.
Um,
and she's probably going to be at Wimbledon.
yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Keep an eye out for that.
That'll be an interesting one. Speaking of 44-year-olds trying
I was just gonna say, isn't he 44 also?
He's 44 also.
What's up with these 81 babies?
You know,
trying to come back.
Can't take the dog out of the fight. Or the fight out of the dog, whatever it is. You know, us old guys, we gotta get our game too.
So
Philip Rivers, man, he played. Yes,
okay. Because they had no follow up on this.
No, yeah, they had no choice but to let him play because the quarterback that they had is injured. He's out for the season.
Okay.
So yes, Philip Rivers played for the Colts yesterday. 44 years old. Reset the clock on his Hall of Fame.
Right.
Potential.
That's
like
the funniest
he was
part to me.
Literally like this. I believe this was his year that he would have been on the ballot.
Yeah.
And so now he's got to wait 7 more years.
Right.
By which
5,
time
right? Is it 5 or did it change?
I thought it was
5.
Is it 5? I thought it was 7.
Hall of Fame. 5 full seasons after their last active NFL year to become eligible, but careers.
So he'll be 49. Presumably have 4 more kids in that time.
Oh, geez.
Because he's got a lot of kids.
You gotta have somebody to inherit all that, you know, NFL.
Well,
money, right?
he's also uber Catholic, so he's doing his.
Is he Catholic, really?
Yeah, he and his wife are uber. Yeah,
I just assumed Mormon. For some
reason.
Whole
Philip
vibe,
Rivers.
His whole vibe screams Mormon to me.
So there's a fine line between Mormon and rad trad Catholic. The line is. The line is that rad trad Catholics are Catholic and Mormons are Mormon. Basically, they're very, very similar. Like,
wow,
lifestyle choices and stuff like that. Very similar views on women.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Philip Rivers played. The Colts won.
I wanted when I saw this, I was like, how many minutes into the game before he breaks a bone? Like before, like he gets sacked and just a bone just like crumbles to dust.
Yeah.
Not that, you know, I mean, you're 44, of course, but like you're also not lining up against like 300 pounds.
I got bones that I worry about getting out of bed in the morning. You know, like I'm just
Philip,
44 starts hitting differently. And like he hasn't played in a few years. So it's
right.
You know, like your body at some point has to be not used to being hit in that violent manner every day. And so, yeah, good for him.
So they only lost by 2 points too. So pretty interesting. They are what? Aren't they first in the AFC South?
No, they're not.
They dropped?
They've dropped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna be in the Colts lineup for the rest of the season. So there you go.
All right. Who's the oldest? All right, I got to Google this. Who?
I think it was
the
George
oldest
Blanda was the oldest
quarterback. There you
in
go.
NFL
Oh,
history.
It
Was
already
it
came up too?
George Blanda?
Oldest active is Aaron Rodgers. That's not true anymore.
Well, that's
he's
not
41.
true anymore.
Historically, George Blanda. You're right.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
From the Oakland Raiders.
Holds the record. Oldest
He was
player to ever play in the NFL
50.
at 48 in 1975.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. At 48,
Tom Brady at 45. Vinny Testaverde. I'll never miss a Vinny Testaverde. And Warren Moon. Wow, that takes you back, doesn't it?
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
Old stuff.
So 48. I wonder, because Gordie Howe played into his 50s, I think. Oldest.
How long did Brett
NHL.
Hull? Because I feel like Brett Hull was up there too.
No, Brett Hull was, I think, in his 40s, but he
just looked old. Okay,
he just looked old. Yeah, kind of ran in the family on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looked old.
Yeah, Chris Chelios was really old too, and he's actually second on the list. So Gordie Howe was 52 years and 11 days old
when he played his last game.
That is absolutely nuts. 52 years old.
Imagine like you're a rookie and you're going up against this guy who's like should be playing on the senior men's team in the beer league, like, and you're just like, do I hit him or
no,
like
hell no. For sure Gordie Howe's still throwing elbows at 52.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's still, his fucking arms are like.
But do you want to be that kid who, he got into a fight with Gordie Howe and then he's the one who like knocked Gordie Howe's ass out?
Yeah. I ended Gordie Howe. I ended Mr. Hockey's career. Man, he could have played till he's 60.
Hey, in my defense, he threw the first punch, man.
Wow. Can you imagine? Yeah, imagine being rookie, like 18-year-old rookie in 1980. Yeah. That means you had been born in 62.
Yeah.
And Gordie Howe had been playing. Gordie Howe had won 4 Stanley Cups by that point.
Before you were born.
3 Stanley Cups before you were born.
Wow.
He, oh gosh, I got to look this up now because I got to look at like stats because I got to see
like how many goals he scored.
How many goals he scored before you were even born.
By the time you
and
were
it's
born.
Insane because look, he started in 47. Okay. I gotta calculate this up. All right. We got to just do this for a bit. Okay. 7 goals his rookie season. 16
Gordie
goals.
Howe's rookie season was in 47.
46, 47.
Oh, wow.
Like he might have been playing in the NHL before your parents were born. No. How far is 47 to 62?
People back then weren't.
No, that's true. No. You're right.
Nowadays,
before your mom was born, could have been.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they did back then.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. 12 goals, 35 goals, 43 goals, 47 goals.
That's kind of a jump in production there, Gordie. Did they drug test
goals, him? 29. Have you ever seen pictures of Gordie Howe with his shirt off?
No,
dude,
I don't tend to Google stuff like that. Just
dude, put it in there.
No, I'm not gonna
Google it.
I'll incognito maybe, but I'm not gonna. I don't want that on my browser history. Start getting suggestions for shirtless old men near me. Like
Gordie Howe scored 502 goals
before 62,
including the 62 season.
Damn.
So there is reason to believe that he played in a game in his 50s with a rookie who was not born until after he had hit 500 NHL goals. That is nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You talk about like Wayne Gretzky kind of stats where it's like, whoa, that's like mind boggling. Like incredibly like incomprehensible kind of numbers.
Yeah.
That's one of those kinds of things.
Yeah, that's got to be.
That's nuts.
I want to know like what made Philip Rivers say yes to that idea. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like there's a certain point
he wasn't
where
what's the timeline of this? Because he joined the practice squad and then was elevated to active roster.
Couple of weeks maybe.
Why are they calling him? That's what I want to know.
He did finish his career in Indianapolis.
Okay. So
they're just
like, who's on the Rolodex?
They're basically, like, who has played quarterback for us historically?
Wow.
You know, Peyton Manning, obviously unavailable. He's running a Papa John's. He's selling nationwide insurance. He's a little busy. Yeah.
He's like, sorry, I missed your call, man. I was had mozzarella cheese on my hand.
I was hanging out with Brad Paisley,
drinking a Bud Light
at Nationwide, drinking a Bud Light, eating yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, at a certain point, I think if you retired from the game, you would be like, yeah, I'm done. Like, there's a reason I walked away from the game, and it's because I just can't do it anymore, like mentally or physically.
Yeah.
And then I can't imagine, like, you know, you've been retired for going on 5 seasons, and you're just like, well, you know what? I have been hitting the treadmill, and I've still been lifting some weights. I might as well give it a shot. Like, I can imagine that most of these guys do keep themselves in decent shape.
Oh yeah.
After their playing career.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not all Ben Roethlisberger where they're going to let themselves go, you know, during their career and then just resume the level of fat fuckery that guy has, you know, post career. And if he's listening, hey dude, I got mad respect for a guy whose off-season training regimen was Cheetos and beer. That is my current daily training regimen.
The old Babe Ruth nutrition plan.
The old Babe Ruth nutrition. But speaking of being old, like we just joined a gym last week and we went once, and that was, you know, I mean, I'm like, shit, I might be down for the rest of the year. I know.
You gotta ease into it.
Ease back into it.
You gotta go for like 10 minutes. Then just walk around the gym a little bit.
Well, so the gym is like right at the end of our block.
Okay.
So we have to walk there. We can walk there. I mean, obviously I'm not going to drive like less than 1,000 feet. Although we do have an electric vehicle, so I guess
it's not like you're burning the gas.
You know,
it's like taking a golf cart.
Basically. It's like riding a bike down there. But anyway, no, our alley hasn't been cleared of the latest round of snow, so it's kind of treacherous to walk down there too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we'll get back down there in a few days, I'm sure. This week, I don't know, but yeah, 40. Yeah. I just like 44. I don't know. I would not want to step onto an NFL field at age 44, even if I had done it for like 17 years of my life. You know, like as you get older, you start slowing down. You know, like Serena's, I think Serena's going to be in the same boat, like with tennis, you know, like as you get older, you start to slow down. So like your brain, by the time it registers certain things, your body's not going to be able to make that decision. Yeah. You know, like it will be interesting to see Serena back on a tennis court because of that, you know, that kind of like, is she going to be able to have the reaction time? Is she going to be able to have the speed in her serve? Because that's, you know, that's part of it too, is your joints can't move as fast. Your muscles are not as, you know, the fast twitch and stuff. So,
and football, especially quarterback, if you have a good offensive line, I can see that being more amenable to coming back or playing later in age, because football is the quarterback position is such a thinking, strategy, anticipating things kind of role Where like I just saw a clip, I don't know why, of Tom Brady talking about his preparation for his last Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and like for 2 weeks watching film and like basically knowing every time they moved exactly what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And it's like he didn't win that game on his physical abilities. He won it on coming up to the line and knowing what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And so then and you have more. That's not reaction time even.
No.
That's like I've got 40 seconds of play clock. I can come up to the line, read what's going on, and then make a decision, and then okay, let's go and do that. But tennis, hockey, those are a little bit different for playing that late because it is all, in the
moment,
instinct or whatever. Well, interesting. All right, speaking of comebacks and hockey.
And hockey. All right, let me
another 44-year-old on the list.
Yeah, we got another 44-year-old. So Saturday night at the Columbus Blue Jackets game was Educator Appreciation Night. And so after the game, included in our ticket, we got to go down onto the ice and take a shot at a goal.
So cool.
And this is really cool. So apparently this is like part of a bunch of their different group packages, because there was like on the other end of the ice, like you can see it like down here on this end of the ice. On this end of the ice. Ooh, I can telestrate. Cool.
Ooh, I didn't know you can do telestration. All right.
Now we know. So on this end of the ice, there's like 3 other goals, and there's other groups like filing through. So basically they set up the rubber mats so that nobody falls on their ass.
Right.
And then you get to go down there and do take your shot. Make sure the volume's turned down a little ways so we don't blow out our eardrums. So you get to walk.
Say, get my camera ready.
Take your shot.
Yeah.
So so we were there. So I have now been on the ice in an NHL arena. I won't show you our friend Chris's shot because
fan of the show.
It's pretty fan of the show, Chris. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. But here's my wife's shot.
Well,
if you can call
former
it
fan of the show.
This is
so he tees it up for you. All right.
Yes,
I don't know what she's doing
Jack
with her
Eichel would not.
Oh, the wrist, the top wrist is what's killing me on that one.
Like I don't know what kind of.
The top wrist is like.
Nothing locked in.
No, wait, I gotta take a picture. Okay, I got you. I got you, honey.
There goes Marcia So.
So I got my Marcia So jersey on. He was a right-handed shot, but I'm a left-handed shot. And I missed just to the right.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
You know what? That's a like unfair distance that they set you guys up.
I was gonna say like from beyond the top of the circle, like that's not an easy shot to make. Yeah, it's a decent shot. So I got it, fairly close.
Yeah,
not too bad.
That's like what? Probably you're looking at least 40 feet.
You're looking
there,
at
right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because this is
we
were almost on the blue line. I believe where they set up the. Well, let's see. Yeah,
where we
are
at?
just inside the blue line.
So that's at least that's like 40, 45. Feet.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a lot.
Good 40-footer with no warm up.
Right.
We didn't get a. We didn't get to skate around or
shoes.
Warm up. I'm in shoes.
Yeah.
Didn't have gloves on.
Yeah. You're not using your
kinds
stick.
Of excuses. It's not my stick. Yeah.
Like the length of the stick. That stick is way too long for Alicia. Is basically another problem.
Well, I mean,
that's why she's holding it so high.
Yeah. They're like, here's 2 sticks. Choose one. Like,
I
was surprised they had a left-handed stick, to be honest. Like I was fully expecting, like, I'm going to have to try to take this right-handed shot and it's going to suck because I can't shoot right-handed for shit. But yeah, and then if my camera person had been better angled, you would have seen where my puck went. But
Oh man,
yeah,
Alicia on the
not too bad.
I mean, your follow through looks really good.
My
That's
form
why
is
I thought
pretty
you
good.
went
My
bar
follow
down, and when
through
I
was
first watched because I couldn't see the
yeah.
puck.
I
was
got
like,
it.
Damn, all right.
I did hit the board probably about halfway up, so I did
All right,
get
so you
some
got some
lift
air
on
on
it.
it.
I got
Okay.
some air on it.
Yeah,
I know how
yeah.
to hack a wrist shot. You know.
Yeah. All right.
It's been a minute since the driveways of
Oh yes,
Dearborn and Taylor.
that's
but-
right. That shitty ass driveway in Taylor, man. That
Oh,
thing would
man.
chip up and you'd just fall.
Hey, at least
straight
it
down.
was halfway level. The one in
That's true.
Dearborn.
That's
the one
true.
in
You had to play in the
Heights
street in
was
Dearborn
like a
Heights.
straight vertical.
Yeah, he had to play in the street on that one.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I miss playing some street hockey. I gotta get some guys together, make a comeback.
Yeah.
Well, tell us what this Pride match in World Cup
Oh
2026
man.
is. This Pride like a rainbow flag kind of Pride match? Is that what we're doing?
Yes. So the World Cup 2026 is going to be happening during June.
Okay.
So obviously here in the Western world, that's, you know, a thing.
Okay.
Pride is a thing. So the match organizers in Seattle.
Oh, June. Okay, Pride Month. Now I'm
In
tracking.
June,
I was
Pride
like,
Month.
what are you talking about?
No.
All
Yeah.
right,
So
gotcha.
so Pride Month in June, and that's fine. And I have no problem with Pride Month, and I have no problem with having special events, and I have no problem with recognition at sporting events and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
And flipping that to the positive framing, I support Pride. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I support
Yeah.
these
No,
kinds
I'm
of
not.
things. Like,
No. Yeah. Like,
I have no problem with that. Starts to sound like, but
no.
but in
I'm
my
not.
country, it used to be.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
sound
No,
like a
I don't.
NASCAR owner.
No, I'm pro do whatever you want, you know.
All right.
Like so anyway, so Seattle's match organizers had planned on one of their matches being like a pride match where they're going to, like, I guess, do it up and celebrate Pride Month in the match.
Oh no.
And the problem became that the match that was assigned to this day
No way.
happens to be Egypt versus Iran. Two countries where even thinking about being gay is grounds to be killed.
Oh no.
So like there's backlash now coming, like the whole Seattle's being disrespectful to Iran and Egypt.
What
and
are the
like,
odds of this?
They planned the event well before.
Yeah.
My thought was, like, should they still go ahead with this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
out of deference to these two countries, should they back down from it, choose another match that's happening in June? Because part of the reason was that this happens around their Pride weekend, for, like, you know how every city kind of does their Pride weekend where they have their parade and they have their big festivals and celebrations.
I lived on the north side of Chicago. That was yes.
So
don't go anywhere on Pride Parade Day.
So like there's backlash and like
hold on just a minute. There's gonna be some background noise, so we got to just cut right here. Hold on. It's bedtime and there's not happiness about bedtime. So hold on just a minute. We can continue and we'll just see we'll see what happens. It's not over, but we'll see. Okay, continue.
So my thought is it's not a situation, I don't think, where you're like giving into or caving into somebody else's demands, but I think it should be a, like, being sensitive to the fact that these are two extremely religious countries that have a very strong view on the subject.
Right.
So maybe not having their match be the feature Pride match.
It's also kind of like, to me, it's like, who's going to be having fun with this? You know, who's going to enjoy the pride game if it's Iran and Egypt? Like, that's not going to be fun for anybody. It's going to be a little bit, tense for the players, I'm sure, because, the pressure, they're going to be in the U.S. Like,
well, and the fact that there's even some like questioning whether Iran's even going to be able to come to the U.S. to play because of the, other issues that are surrounding relations.
Right.
Like this whole thing is just like becoming a geopolitical shitstorm.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a fun celebration of football. And like, there's so many problems with this World Cup and it hasn't even kicked off yet. This is one of them. Obviously, you're going to be
teaching.
One.
Yeah, you're going to be teaching fourth grade history in 20 years, talking about like
how did World War III
start? The precipice of World War III began with a soccer game in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah. Like the thing that I can see, like, okay, in Seattle's defense is like, okay, well, we had this planned a long time. The thing that I'm not sure about though is like, I don't feel like this has ever been a thing before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Pride Month, yes. Pride celebrations, yes. I don't know that it's ever been incorporated into a World Cup event before.
So it says
at least not on a massively, publicized level.
Right. Right. Your article here that the BBC article says at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, which also has laws against same-sex relationships, FIFA said players that wore the One Love armband in support of LGBTQ plus people would receive yellow cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So players would receive yellow card for wearing an armband in support.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like would violate any sort of anything. Uniform rules or anything like that, right? But it's FIFA basically like capitulating to a homophobic government, basically, whatever.
Yeah. It was the captain's armband, so it wasn't it wouldn't have been a whole team.
It wouldn't have even been everybody. Okay, interesting.
Protest. No, it was a captain's armband. But this is I don't know where I stand on it is kind of like maybe pick a different match.
Yeah.
Just not like, because I feel like I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community, but I think if I were a part of the LGBT community, I wouldn't want to be like thumb in the eye of somebody else. Especially knowing what the situation is over there for LGBTQ people.
Yeah.
If you're like, it'd be one thing to call attention to the fact that these two governments are extremely oppressive.
Right.
It's another thing to be like, fuck you, we're going to still do our pride event.
Right.
And, make you part of it. Like,
yeah.
We're going to make your players, carry rainbow flags or whatever,
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that they can't force the players to participate in any of the activities, but as a player, I would think it would be very uncomfortable because too, like, even for them, to like show support for, because a lot of these guys play in other countries where, like Mo Salah from Egypt plays in the Premier League, for Liverpool. So it's, like he may have a different viewpoint on things, even though he's claims to be a devout Muslim, and I don't know what involves being a devout Muslim, but like he believes in what he believes in, but I would assume that he's made come to the realization that like it's okay for me to believe in what I believe in and let other people live their lives the way that they want to live their life. Like I don't have to impose my belief system on other people.
Right.
But him saying that publicly is probably not something that he can really do, because he wouldn't be able to play for his national team, and he wouldn't, you know, like he would face
family
criticism,
in danger, that sort
you
of
know,
thing.
but so I mean, like that's the thing. Like I can't see, like you can't force these players to participate in any of the activities surrounding it, and to me, I would just shelve the idea, like put it on a different game.
Right.
You know, whatever the other June matches are, like pick one of those. You probably have at least 62 other progressive countries out there in the field, you know.
Yeah. This feels
but of
like
all the
feels like a New
luck.
Zealand Netherlands kind of match sort of thing.
Yeah, or like, you know, USA, Canada, or you know, literally anybody but Egypt and Iran.
Iran. You gotta say though, this is hilarious.
It is.
Like, and honestly, like even the fact that this is the outcome, like the randomized outcome of the planning of this is enough to draw attention. And then I don't feel like if you pull the plug and say, you know, all right, we're going to change it up and this is not going to be the pride match, we're going to have the pride match be something different. I feel like that's not condoning the behavior of these governments. It's not, you know, letting them off the hook or anything like that. It's basically saying like, we want this to be like, if I were gay and part of this planning, I'd be like, yo, like, no, we need to redo this, because like no one is going to have fun with this. Like this is going to be miserable for everybody, and not the point, sort of thing. So I would for sure be like, let's switch it up. But
from kind of an atheist humor standpoint, this is proof that God is not Muslim. So, you know,
just
just because if there was a God and that God was indeed Muslim, obviously this wouldn't have been the randomized outcome, right? Like, they're, you know, so
pretty funny if this was divinely orchestrated. That's pretty hilarious.
Of all the sheer dumb luck, right?
Right, exactly. Well, speaking of dumb, we got to pull back in our people being
stupid.
So you got to kick us off here with the no helmet, no problem.
So I read this article the other day. I get random like Google shows me news articles on my like Discover. It's called Discover feed on my Android device, right? Okay. So this was the article that the headline just said this: no helmet protects your head when skiing or snowboarding at real speed. And I was like, oh, I've got to read this, right?
Swiss study says.
Swiss study. So you know it's legit, right? Basically this whole article goes to like say all the helmets that you buy for skiing and snowboarding are rated to protect your head in an impact of 35 kilometers an hour collision. And that most skiers, 75% of skiers are going more than 50 kilometers per hour, and 18% will go as fast as 75 kilometers per hour.
I was going to say 12.4 miles per hour does not sound, or hold up, what's the 35? I don't know what the 35 is.
50 kilometers an hour is 31 miles per hour.
Yeah. I was going to say the
20 kilometers an hour.
20, that sounds a little slow for snowboarding, skiing. Like, I don't know. That doesn't sound
I don't
very
know.
fast.
But apparently, yeah. So this is the everyday skier. Like, I don't know how fast I ever went when I like snowboarded.
Yeah.
But the thing that I found interesting about the article was it was like basically you're better off wearing a helmet, but you're still gonna die. Like, if you hit too hard. Like,
one researcher involved pointed out that a collision at 50 kilometers per hour, in which the brain reaches 2,400 G, could be lethal.
Could be
lethal. Could be. I don't know. If your brain reaches 2,400 Gs, you could survive it.
But then it kind of talks about like should they make stricter standards? And basically they're like, we can't. Like, how would they test? First of all, it said like the weight of the helmet would get exponentially bigger, like heavier,
which would cause more accidents,
which would cause probably more accidents. Yeah, so it's like I don't know. I just found it kind of funny that it basically like every mountain that you go on will tell you that you should wear a helmet, but it's like, it's not really going to do anything. It's just going to keep your head in a container when it inevitably snaps off at the 30-mile-an-hour collision with a tree you're about to have. You know, like,
yeah.
So if you are going to be skiing or snowboarding this winter, wear a helmet and try to keep your speed at the very reasonable 12.4 miles an hour that 25% of skiers are able to achieve.
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't realize that most, like, the average skier snowboarder was going that fast, like 31 miles an hour.
No. Yeah.
I did not realize that was like, that's the average speed now.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
That's pretty fast.
That feels...
I've been snowboarding. I've never been and I've only been snowboarding on, like, you know, sledding hills kind of thing. I've never been on like a big like ski hill or whatever.
Yeah.
But it goes pretty, like, you're going pretty quick. Like,
yeah, but I don't
know.
I don't know that I realized it was that fast.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't realize the impact could be
deadly.
That many G's on your brain.
I don't think your brain registers the G's beyond, you know, certain 2,400 G's. That's a lot of, you know.
That's a lot of gravity.
That's a lot of gravity. Speaking of gravity.
Yeah. Oh boy, as if Michigan needed more craziness. Well, I just saw this when I pulled up the other thing, whatever it was on ESPN. I was looking at Phillip Rivers and I saw this video. Sherrone Moore, you know, like arrested for whatever, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, is that the same Sherrone Moore? Yeah, he had a bad week.
I would say,
or 2 weeks, I guess. So, like losing to Ohio State was bad enough. Then like complaining about the loss and like kind of being like, well, the better team didn't win and we got jobbed by the officials or whatever, you know, like excuse making he tried to come up with. Then come to find out he's having the classic affair with the assistant.
Oh, jeez.
So he got fired. Apparently the day they got arrested was just like the no good, very bad, terrible day. So
somebody writes a parody of it, but it's Sherrone Moore.
Yeah, but it's Sherrone Moore. So he got fired in the morning for having this affair. And then by the late afternoon, evening, he was arrested for stalking. Apparently he then so he got fired, went to the mistress's house.
Okay.
Broke into the house.
Oh.
Threatened to like kill her and him, I think, or somehow ended up and this is a kind of a dumb thing to do, but he grabbed like butter knives and apparently was threatening to kill himself. Which a butter knife, bro, like
probably ain't gonna do it.
There are better knives in that drawer you
might take a while.
could have reached for. But yeah, so apparently he went into her kitchen and grabbed like a bunch of butter knives and was going to kill himself very slowly and painfully. But also, according to her statement, said that like, this is all your fault and you're gonna watch me, like, basically you're gonna watch me die.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. Like it's all her fault that he had an affair with her. And possibly could have gotten her pregnant. I guess that was another part of the story that came out later. It's like apparently he door dashed some plan B to the practice facility. Which I didn't know you could door dash.
Oh yeah, you could door dash basically anything.
That kind of stuff, you know. Yeah. But why to the practice facility?
That also seems like very much like a thing that if you're trying to keep an affair kind of covered up, you probably don't want that in your DoorDash history.
Probably you probably don't want a credit card attached to that, you know, like
that's a thing you might want to go pick up yourself.
Yeah, with cash. And a fake mustache or, something, but yeah, so he like blew up his marriage, his family, his coaching career, a whole lot of stupid going on in that whole afternoon.
He's 39. Interesting. I thought he was much older than 39.
I don't think he'll be ever able to recover from this. Like, even if he somehow manages to avoid prosecution and conviction on the stalking charges or whatever else charges there, because they did press charges against him.
Yeah.
Like, even if he survives that, like, this guy's never working again. Like,
oh no,
he's done. So I hope he saved up a good chunk of what he was making over the last couple of years. Because his wife's about to get a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
So, wow. And I don't know what kind of job prospects there are for this guy now, like, I don't even know.
I mean,
I don't know if he can get hired at like Waffle House, I guess.
He's probably not getting he's not working at Waffle House. He's going to be choosing between like the laundry and the cafeteria. I mean,
oh, you think I don't know. He might have a slick lawyer who can be like, well,
no, not with this level of dumbass. No,
he didn't really,
Man, all I'm saying is Michigan's next coach better be absolutely squeaky clean.
Yeah.
First of all, and I don't know. Maybe you go without a coach for a season. Like maybe you just let a few assistants kind of rotate or something. Because holy shit,
coach by committee. Has anybody ever done that before?
Yeah. Wow.
Like,
or you got to bring in somebody. I don't even know who you'd bring in for that, but some alum or something. I don't know. Where's Desmond Howard?
Don't bring back Jim Harbaugh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Jim Harbaugh starting with all of the
cheating and
stuff, like all that kind of scandal, and then him dipping out and getting the sanctions. But he's like, who cares? I'm in the NFL now. You know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And now Sherrone Moore following it up with this. Like, dude, you chose the wrong guy for sure, obviously.
I mean, it does make it easier for the next guy because, like, he doesn't even have to win. Whoever the next guy, the next guy can go like 0-12.
Yeah.
But doesn't bang the assistant.
Right.
Doesn't get into cheating or recruiting, situations. Yeah. And
right.
I mean, he'll be okay for a couple of seasons and rebuild, but they've already had guys like decommit, obviously. Like,
you don't want to be associated with this. Like, no,
be associated with that.
No.
Their NIL money probably is going to start dissipating quickly.
Man, all because of one dude.
All because of no, it was the woman's fault. He said it was all her fault. You know,
that's
totally
true.
her fault. If she wouldn't have, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it was all her fault. I guess she's pretty. I don't know.
Oh man,
like, just you know, they have a saying: "Don't shit where you eat."
Exactly.
You know, if you're gonna have an affair, don't make it with a coworker, dude. Just, I mean, life lesson. Come on, guys.
It's also like at every step of the way. I was telling somebody this recently. It is never too late to turn around. It is never too late to like. You are in control of your decisions.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the locker room talk.
Yeah.
You can.
Okay, we'll do it early. Yeah.
You've made a bad decision. Okay. All right. You've had an affair with a coworker. Okay. Maybe this was a mistake. We're gonna make a decision now to reveal it, apologize. We're gonna have a press conference. We're gonna have a mea culpa, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you keep your job. Maybe you get fired. You take a season off. You get a job at, Southern Texas State University, San Antonio. All right. You can work your way back up to maybe the Big 12. All right. Okay. You don't do that. Okay. Now you're, the relationship has been exposed and you're getting fired with cause. Okay, cool. Yeah. Now you have the decision not to go to her house. Okay. You make the decision to go to her house. You want to see her. Okay. She's not answering her phone. All right. You got some things to say. Now you have the decision not to break into her house. Okay. Okay. You break into her house. All right. All right. Things have snowballed. Now you're in the situation. You've broken into her house. Now you have the decision not to go to the butter knife drawer.
Yeah. When there's a perfectly good knife block on the counter, man, come on. Like,
oh my Lord. You gotta rein yourself in sometimes, you know? You got to find at some point in the path.
What point
you got to pull yourself back.
Yeah, you got to be able to say, okay, you know what? I'm about to cross that line. Yeah. Oh,
there already is a college football HQ. Sports Illustrated is already saying who's the next $64.5 million coach named Dark Horse to replace Michigan football's Sherrone Moore. Josh Pate names a surprise SEC coaching veteran as a strong. All right, who's Josh Pate? I don't know. I think that's the
writer. That's the writer. That must be the writer. Yeah.
Oh, on a recent episode of Josh Pate's college football show. Let's see, who's he saying? SEC. Missouri Tigers head coach Eli Drinkwitz.
Drinkwitz
as a name to monitor closely. Let's maybe not go with somebody named Drinkwitz.
Don't go with the guy named Drinkwitz. He might Drinkwitz as assistant and get in trouble.
Oh, geez. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Dude, and this was like today, right? This kind of I mean, I know the firing was like the other day. But the arrest and stuff happened like today, I think.
No,
this was like hours ago, wasn't it?
No,
I didn't hear anything about this.
His arraignment was
today. Okay.
He was arrested on Thursday night, I think. Yeah. It was Thursday.
How did I miss this?
I don't know. We happened to be out at the pub and I saw it like on I think it was on just regular CBS nightly news. That's how big of a story it
dude. You fucked up. If you
it was like on CBS nightly news. It was like
wow.
And I was just sitting there at the bar like, no way.
No kidding.
Like wait, he what? Like I got to go home and read the story now.
Yeah,
like,
no kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
People being stupid, that might top the list so far. Well, I don't know. The drug kingpin, Canada's drug kingpin, tops that one too. But all right, time for the break, and then more college football.
More college football.
All
All right, so college football playoffs started this past weekend. 12 teams were selected out of the many worthy candidates or whatever. One notable school was not selected, and that really hurt their feelings in multiple ways. And that team was Notre Dame.
Of course.
And this is not the first time that Notre Dame's been kind of overlooked in bowl season, playoff season, national championship conversation. But this is like the first time that they've been like this pissed about it, where they're like making just absolutely ludicrous statements like our relationship with the ACC is permanently damaged, and like we're betrayed.
What does the ACC have to do with this?
So the ACC didn't have really anything to do with it other than the fact that Miami got what perceivably was the last spot. Okay. And it basically came down to, I guess, between Miami and Notre Dame for this last spot. The committee picked Miami. Both teams had same record. I think Miami had the head-to-head win, so that would make sense, right? Like, obviously, you know, you tied, then it would go to like, well, what did you do against each other? What the ACC has to do with it is that Notre Dame has a contract. I don't know if it's a hard contract or if it's just like a gentleman's agreement kind of contract where they play a certain number of college football games against ACC opponents. The ACC commissioner had the audacity to be lobbying, I guess, on Twitter for Miami's inclusion in the playoff, which he, as a commissioner of a conference, like if
in his conference,
if he's got a team in his conference that's like on the bubble, why wouldn't he lobby for them to be in? You know, Notre Dame perceived this as a huge slight. I think the bigger slight for Notre Dame should be the fact that 3-loss Alabama got in over them. That's like, I don't know. I mean, it's at this point, the basic question remains: should Notre Dame finally just suck it up and join a conference in football? Because they're in the ACC and all their other sports. Football, they're holding out. Like, I understand that they are one of the most valuable. Like, if college football was a franchise system like the NFL, like they're the most valuable franchise, right?
Okay.
Like they're going to gain the most revenue for whatever conference they're playing in.
Right.
They have their own contract with NBC Sports. No other college has their own personal with NBC Sport or with any, you know, like they all negotiate with their conferences for network coverage. But is it like at this point, if you're this salty over you didn't get picked for the playoff, and the reason that you didn't get picked for the playoff is basically because you're not in a conference, which is somehow perceived as like not having strength of schedule.
Right.
Which I mean, like Notre Dame plays fairly tough teams, I think, most of the time. It's not you know, it's not like they're playing Holy Cross every week or, you know, like the Minnesota Golden Gophers, you know, they are actually playing quality opponents.
Yeah.
You know, is it time for them to just shut up and join a conference? In my opinion, yes. And here's why. Okay. You will yes, you will be the like I said, the top valued franchise if you join a conference. But it gives you kind of an excuse for having a lower level of competition, right? Like, nobody is blaming Georgia that they had to play LSU, who's, been very bad, that they had to play Georgia Tech, that they've had to play, whatever, like
Right.
whoever you're playing in your conference. Like, nobody's saying like, oh, well, they had a weak schedule because they played these teams and they're terrible.
Right.
Whereas like Notre Dame has a schedule that they largely curated like 50 years ago, and they're still playing that same schedule.
Right.
Like, they're playing a lot of the same teams just because that's who they've always played against. There's something to be said about, playing against USC and Michigan and Stanford and, and all these ACC opponents and whatever, whoever they play against. Right. But at the same time, like, if you're playing against USC because you've just always done that, and that's a rivalry game, but USC is, 2-9 this year, that doesn't look good on your strength schedule.
Right.
Whereas if you are in a conference, where like nobody's dogging Indiana because they played Purdue.
Right.
Nobody's saying Ohio State had it easy because they went up against Penn State or Rutgers or Maryland or what, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I think it's time for Notre Dame to just kind of swallow their pride, join a conference so that they can, it'll make them even bigger, honestly. Like, if they join the Big Ten, which I don't think they would, but I could see them joining the ACC fully in football too.
Yeah.
They would be able to control like a lot of the negotiations for TV and marketing and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then you're the big NIL deal on the block. Like, if I'm a kid looking at going to Notre Dame and another ACC school like North Carolina is recruiting me, in football, where do you think I'm going to go?
Yeah. So I have a question kind of about the conference system in general, because like, from what I'm looking at, there's no ACC. Oh, the Miami got in. Okay.
Miami's in. Yeah.
Miami's in. But like, Virginia, so University of Virginia was ranked 19th, but they were 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
Miami was 6-2 and ranked 10th.
Yeah. Which goes down
ACC,
to the
like, who ACC championship. Let's see. Was that's 2024. Why is that 2024? 25. What is Duke versus Virginia? And Duke won. Like, why is Duke in that and not? I'm a little confused by that. Okay. The more I dig into this, the more questions I have, I guess. I guess probably a playoff situation, maybe in conference or something.
It's
how did they get, or maybe because they're not in two divisions, right? They don't have divisions in that, because I'm looking and they have divisions separated in.
Yeah, I think they have
the Sun Belt Conference here. What I'm looking.
I don't know.
So my question, I guess, what I was getting to was like, okay, first question: why are is it Tulane?
Mm-hmm.
And then like University of Texas something or other. Oh, James Madison. which were undefeated, but they play in the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
Why are James Madison and Tulane getting into the 12-team playoff when like the Atlantic, the ACC champions not getting in, the conference, nobody from the Conference USA is in, I don't think. So it's just like confusing. Like what would a conference, I mean, besides obviously if Notre Dame was ranked 11, I agree with you. If they're ranked, what were they? 12th? They're ranked 12th, right?
Yeah.
So they're ranked 12th, but they're in a division. I agree with you 100%. They're in.
Yeah.
They would have been in.
Yeah.
So it's almost just a perception thing apart from, it's not an actual structural thing where if they were a part of the ACC and won the ACC, they're in because of winning the ACC. It just increases their odds of like the FBS looking at them and going, we're, gonna give them a little more weight because they're in a conference.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem with this whole college football playoff thing in the first place is it's not like the basketball tournament where it's, you win your conference championship, you win your conference tournament and you qualify for this thing.
Right.
Like you just pointed out, like obviously the ACC champion isn't in the playoff, which begs a whole slew of questions, And
even like I'm looking at like BYU.
James
BYU
Madison
get in
BYU is not in the playoff, but they were a top. They're
8-1 and they play in the Big 12. So how are they
whatever? James Madison won their conference. Tulane won their conference. Like there seems to be little rhyme or reason to the selections for the college football playoff, other than who's going to make the most money.
Okay.
That's why you get like Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama. That's why the SEC's got, 4 teams in the tournament. No, 5 teams because Texas Tech. So you've got Texas Tech, Georgia. No, Texas Tech's Big 12. Sorry. So you do have 4 SEC because you got Georgia, A&M, Ole Miss, and Alabama. You've got 3 Big 10 schools: Ohio, Indiana, and Oregon. And then you've got.
I'm sorry, that threw me.
Yeah, I know.
Oregon, like, wait, what? You're talking about the Pac-12? Nope.
But it's crazy because we've gone from like we won't have more than 1 team from a conference to now like we have no teams from some conferences because we just felt like
don't care.
We don't care. Like
because fuck you.
this whole thing is but I mean I think it's time for Notre Dame to join a conference because at least like I said, like then they have the excuse to rely on. Like we didn't, it's not our fault. North Carolina is a terrible football program. It's not our fault that, who else is in the ACC? Really, California is in the ACC, and Stanford.
Nothing makes
sense. The Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yeah,
features 2 teams that play on the Pacific Coast.
Literally like touching I'm pretty sure you can like walk on their campus and touch the Pacific Ocean.
You can walk. Yeah. But, then at least they could say like, hey, we don't have any control over that. Or like join the Big 12, where you would be, they would be probably bigger than any of those teams.
That's what I'm saying. Don't fuck that. Join the Sun Belt. Join Conference USA.
They're not going to join one of those conferences because those conferences don't make enough money. Period.
They'd be sharing too much of their.
They would be sharing too much. Yeah. It would become
you dominate.
Yeah, but
Right.
it'd be like our friend thing in Duolingo, you know, where I'm doing all the work and you haven't even logged onto it, you know, like
Yeah, that's true.
that's-
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Do I have to like? Do I like help you with points or something?
Yeah, well, yeah,
I didn't know you could see my login activity.
Yeah, we can start these little friend streaks, and
Oh,
I don't know your login activity. I just know
I'll
that
help
you
you out.
haven't
I'll help
you
you out.
you haven't done any
See,
lessons.
I didn't know there was
So-
I didn't know there was like a team
It
element to this.
It should
so
send you a notification like, hey, I invited you to join friend streak thing.
I turned off Duolingo notifications because they were like 5 times a day. Hey, you want to learn a language?
Yeah, I know. I don't have the notifications on either, but when I log in, it's like, hey,
yeah, I'll get on it.
You're carrying Daniel on the friend streak here. Or there's team things you can do where you get bonus. Anyway, yeah, like Notre Dame
talk right now.
Notre Dame would definitely be like, I mean, in the Sun Belt, it wouldn't be worth it. Like that, probably the only conferences that it would make sense for them would be Big 12, ACC, or Big 10.
Yeah.
Like financially, because they are not in the Big 10, especially, like they would be on par with the financial prospect that like Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State are bringing in.
Right.
So it wouldn't be like their contribution would get diluted that much.
Yeah.
Whereas if they were to like try to be the biggest fish in the Big Sky Conference or the Conference USA, like now all of a sudden you've got a $150 million plus football program, basically giving away 130 million of that to the other schools in the conference.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
right?
So they have to join a big conference, but they definitely
here's my
have
suggestion.
to join a conference.
Here's my suggestion. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for a little reorganization here? Okay, there are currently 18 teams in the Big 10.
In the Big 10, yeah.
There are 2 FBS independents, Notre Dame and Connecticut, which is interesting. Both geographically kind of work with the Connecticut's a little East Coast, but we got Rutgers and Maryland over there. All right.
There's 2 teams in the Pac-12.
Yeah. But here's my suggestion. Okay. All right. Take either Washington State or Oregon State. Okay. Or Connecticut, one of those 3, and Notre Dame, add them to the Big 10. And then we split the Big 10 into the Big 10 and the small 10. Okay. The Big 10 will consist of, you know what? Indiana gets in because they fucking dominated. They got the Heisman Trophy winner.
Hey,
okay?
what about promotion and relegation within the Big 10?
Oh, now we're talking. Hell yes. Okay.
So
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So now you've got Big 10, small 10, and you promote and
relegation. So like,
and now there is top
4, bottom 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
That'd be great.
Because yes,
we should be the Big 10 commissioners,
dude. We should fucking own all of college football.
We should run college sports.
Oh,
yeah.
That is actually genius.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Something's got to be done about the Pac-12 though. I mean, they should at least be forced to change their name to the Pac-2.
Pac-2.
Or the 2-pack. It's Tupac. There it is. The Tupac.
Oh man, that's too easy. Come on, Pac-12, do it.
Come on, guys.
Do it just for one season and then like assimilate into something else. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, so Pac-12 was the Pac-12? There used to be a Pac-10.
It used to be the Pac-10, and then
did they become the Pac-12 or was it separate? Because I can't remember now.
No, it became the Pac-12 when they added I can't remember who they added,
and then they lost everybody.
But then like everybody was just like, yeah, we can't.
Was it Washington State and Oregon State that they added, and then everybody else was like, no, fuck you.
I don't remember who the most recent additions were to the Pac-12, but I feel like Arizona and Arizona State might have been, and then they ditched for the Big 12. It's just crazy to me that like how all of these conferences realigned. And
I feel like there should be like 4 conferences. Okay.
At this point, yeah, like you're getting into
each conference gets 3 spots in the playoff. So there's your 12 teams. And each conference does a promotion relegation system within itself for an upper and a lower division.
And it has to be the top 3 teams from your conference.
Yes, it has to be. Yes.
Like you can't just be like, well, this team was better, like revenue generator.
Right.
Like, no, it just has to be the top 3.
And then there's promotion relegation within each with an upper and a lower division. And so if you get stuck in the lower Big Ten forever, Maryland, sorry, like enjoy, there's maybe some revenue sharing from the upper division or something. But then I think this would make a lot more sense than like having like 3 conferences that nobody knows any, like, I don't know, like what?
I don't know who.
Where is James Madison University? I'm assuming Washington, D.C.
No, it's in Virginia.
Okay. They're called the Dukes. Why are they allowed to be called the Dukes when there's already a Duke University? You know what I'm saying?
Why are they allowed to be called the Dukes when they're named after James Madison, one of the founding fathers who decided that no American should be given titles of nobility?
There you go.
Hello.
Bam.
It's like the founding fathers just never happened, man. It's like they wrote that Constitution for nothing.
Well, it feels like it lately.
What? True.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame would be served well by joining something.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think either Big 10 or Big 12, to be honest. Yeah. Like those would be my 2 recommendations for Notre Dame. Probably Big 10, to be honest, because that's who like half the teams that they have traditionally played against.
They always play Michigan.
Because they always play Michigan. They usually play Michigan State. They play USC. They could play Ohio State every other year or whatever, right. UCLA's in the mix. It makes sense from a regional perspective because they're in Indiana along with Purdue and Indiana.
Right.
I don't know. I just that's my opinion is like quit whining and join a conference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're doing this to yourself at this point.
Right.
It's like you're too proud to join a conference in football, but like the way that college football is today, that's the only way stuff's going to happen for you. Sorry. Right. The game's changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Food for thought.
I agree. All right. Well, I do think it's hilarious, just as a final note on that they've pulled out of bowl contention. They're just like,
well, we're
taking our toys and going home.
That was really what like also kind of pissed me off. Those like how so you basically told all your athletes like
great season, but
great
you're not
season,
gonna...
boys, but you don't have a chance to play in a bowl game because Daddy got mad.
Yeah,
like.
Imagine being a senior on that team. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be so pissed.
Or imagine being a freshman and you got like your first shot at, going to a college bowl game. And what if you don't, because these things aren't guaranteed, what if you don't get that opportunity again?
True.
And Notre Dame's pissing away, $250,000 on a bowl bid because they got their feelings hurt. All right.
Wow. Well, we already kind of did locker room talk.
I was going to say, kind of did the locker room talk.
Scroll back to people being stupid and
and Sherrone Moore.
Heed our advice.
My life lesson for the week is you're never too young to save for retirement. So I met with
Never too young to save.
Never
retirement?
too
Okay.
young to
Okay.
save for
Interesting.
retirement. Yeah.
All right.
So I met with a financial advisor the other day, and we were talking about, like, obviously as a teacher, like, you get a state pension and all that stuff.
Nice.
But he was like talking to me about how, like, that's probably not going to be enough,
Right.
and I have Social Security that I paid into for most of my life too, so I'll have like 25 cents a week coming from that in retirement. And but we were talking about like savings and investments and stuff like that, and I, like, looking back, like, I had a lengthy career as a wedding photographer in Las Vegas, where I made more than enough money to have put into investments and retirement and savings and stuff like that, and did not. And so it's like, really, you have nothing much to show for that kind of part of your life,
Right.
later on in life.
Yeah.
And you think, like, when you're young, you think like, well, I got the
Right.
rest of my life to plan for this. The rest of your life starts happening faster than you think.
Boy,
and
does it ever.
And eventually, you get to a point where you're 44 and you're not able to come back to tennis or the NFL. And so your earnings potential is kind of more limited.
Yeah.
And so it would have been better had I, been saving and investing all along. But so, just because you're 18, 19, 20, got that first job, start putting something away for retirement, start putting something away for, emergency funds, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The number of years that I have left to be able to save is rapidly declining. So,
Right.
Yeah.
20.
I got about
20
21 years, but still, that's
good,
a lot
good
of
chunk of time.
That's not a lot of years,
Yeah. But again, going back to locker room talk, you made a decision.
But
you
I
may not
made
have
a
made a decision before,
That's right.
but now you're making a decision now moving forward. There you go.
That's right. That's true.
All right. Yeah, I need to get on that. I need to get on the retirement savings and the life insurance. I don't know life insurance. I need to get on that.
Ooh, you
Live it on the
definitely
edge.
need it. Yeah.
Okay, Sherrone Moore shows up to my house.
Well, as long as you only have butter knives, you'll be all right.
Well, good advice. Okay, never too young to save for retirement. Okay, so I have Wikipedia history here. I'm actually just going to tell you, I can jump into the Wikipedia history actually, but I actually have Wikipedia did like a Spotify Wrapped, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, all right. As of December 2nd, when I logged in and saw this, I spent 1,825 minutes reading 550 articles in 2025. We estimate that puts you in the top 50% of Wikipedia readers globally. Average person reads 335 articles a year. So my goal next year, I gotta crack the top third, like top 33%. Got to bump up the numbers here. My top articles, it even lists, which I think is real fun. I think all of these ones I've named on the podcast, which is great. Number 1, history of soccer in the United States. That was one of our main events, which is fun. Number 2, Aston Villa FC. I guess I kept going back in my search for a Premier League football team. Number 3, when I got into the Hungarian Revolution of 1858, Leon, what was his name? Zsolgos. Number 4, Athabasca Oil Sands. Remember talking about that?
Yeah.
In Alberta. And number 5, Detroit. That's right. hometown of Detroit, is on my top 5 of Wikipedia articles. So I thought that was really funny that they did that. And let's see if there's anything notable in my history. As you know, I've been watching Game of Thrones. I finished Game of Thrones, so I've been reading some articles about that. And did not know that George R.R. Martin is American. I just learned this. He's like,
yeah, he lives in, I think he lives in New Mexico, right?
He lives in New Mexico. That's right.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny because I was like I was reading this article and it was like saying something about Dubuque, and I was like, is there another Dubuque? Like,
Dubuque, Iowa.
Does he live in France or something? Like, that's kind of interesting. Like, maybe he, a lot of English people like move to France or whatever. And it's like, no, Dubuque, Iowa. What the fuck? Why does he live in Iowa? And I was like, oh, he's American. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now I know.
It's weird how many Americans have like fantasies about royalty and kings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you want that, go move somewhere where they have that.
I think it's like the intrigue of, because I'm into like the medieval history kind of stuff, and one of the things is obviously English is, we speak English, and so it's easiest to just kind of like know about English kings and stuff like that. It's interesting just as like an intrigue sort of thing, because the history is so deep there. Like, we don't have, kings in our history. No. So it's just kind of an interesting thing. I guess.
Did have a king, but then we told him where to go.
I did. Jefferson Davis was the featured article one day when I opened Wikipedia, and I was like, well, I gotta read Jefferson Davis now. So boy, was that a trip. So I'm not even going to get into all that, but I read about kielbasa because my friend Steve invited me down to Wyandotte to do a kielbasa making event with the Wyandotte Boat Club, which was a lot of fun. And so it was like me and him and a couple other people that he brought, and a bunch of like people that you would expect to be at a kielbasa making event, like 80-year-old Polish guys.
Okay.
So we made these huge, long kielbasas, wrapped them up, put them in 5-pound bags, and for being a part of the event, you got to take home a 5-pound bag. They also sold some because they had a bunch extra, so they sold some for like $25. Of course, I'm buying one of those. And then they did a 50-50, and they did a kielbasa raffle. So of course I bought some tickets for both. I was like, I'm going to win this 50-50. I just feel like I have a feeling I'm going to win the 50-50. No, nothing. They called the ticket just before my strand of tickets. Literally the one number off. And then they auctioned off raffled off probably, because they're 5-pound bags, probably easily 300 pounds of kielbasa. I did not get a single bag. I did not win a single bag. But Steve's coming out tomorrow. He smoked some up, and he's donating some of his smoked kielbasa to me. So yeah.
You went to a sausage fest and you came home with one sausage. But not as much sausage as you wanted.
Not as much sausage as I wanted, Tim. didn't get as much sausage as I wanted.
And the kielbasa was all made at the event, just for
dude, and it was so good.
Did you participate in the making of?
Dude, yes.
So how does this work?
So I guess they ordered.
Now I'm intrigued. I guess I got to come to Wienerfest next year.
You gotta come out to the Wienerfest, man. So they apparently bought the ground meat. Mm-hmm. This is hilarious. They had them in like red Rubbermaid tubs, not food grade stuff whatsoever, just like a regular old tote you'd put your pictures in and store them in the basement. And then they load them into this like grinder or whatever thing. Yeah. Not even a grinder because it's already ground, but just a
stuffer.
Stuffer, yeah. This one dude is on the line with the liner, like just going crazy with getting the intestines,
Yeah. Is he
on there.
barehanding it, or did he wear gloves?
Yeah, bare hand, just dipping his hand in the bowl of water.
In the water,
all of them are just doing that. Sweat's pouring down. He's doing this number, you know.
Yeah,
Kielbasa dripping all over his face.
Kielbasa,
dude.
That's
when I tell you this is like
that's not Eckert's
the best
Farm,
sausage
man.
I've had in my life.
That's yeah. You can't get that anywhere else. Yeah.
So they would stuff it, you know, but they mixed it. They did the spices and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So all the seasonings they did in this huge batch. Who knows? They probably just had like a shovel, you know, some garden shovel if they're like mixing all this stuff up in the back room or whatever. But dude, I cooked it up. I cooked up 1 5-pound bag. It's like super, super good. I cut up the other 5-pound bag and froze it. So yeah, you guys got to come up and we'll cook some up.
For sure.
Super good.
After the snow melts. So.
Yeah. I know. One article that was really interesting. Have you ever heard of the Nebra sky disc?
Nope.
You ever seen this?
Nope.
Look it up. Very interesting. It's like NEBRA, the Nebra sky disc.
Nebra sky.
The story of it is kind of funny also because it's a bronze disc circa like 1600 BC that was found in Nebra, Germany. Yeah, show this. Yeah. So it's very, very interesting. Really cool looking thing. You would not expect from that age. Like you're talking like 3,500 years ago. So really, really cool thing. I don't know. Very cool artifact. But apparently in Germany, it is like a major crime to find like an artifact and not tell anybody. So the two guys were treasure hunting with a metal detector, operating without a license, and knew their activity constituted looting.
Ooh.
And so archaeological artifacts are the property of the state in Saxony-Anhalt. They damaged the disc with their spade and destroyed parts of the site. And then they sold what they found for 31,000 Deutschmarks, which I don't know how much that is.
Like $5.
So this thing went through so many hands, and
31,000.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get the exchange rate. 2001. I don't know when they found it. Let's see. 1999.
German Deutschmarks to US dollars says 60 cents.
But like 1999 to 2025 also.
Yeah.
We'll get like a real time.
Let's see. Okay, so the closest I can get is like 100,000 Deutschmarks in 1998 was worth about 57,000 US dollars. So I guess
a third of that. So roughly 17, 18 grand.
Yeah, 18 grand. So adjusted for inflation, let's see. $18,000, 1999. Today, be about 35 grand.
Dude, that's hilarious. Okay, hilariously low for something of
about
this
$5.
era. Yeah. So they received sentences for this, right? For this crime of 4 months and 10 months respectively. They appealed. The appeals court raised their sentences to 6 months and 12 months respectively. And you gotta love Germany for this. Like,
see, like in
Germany's
America,
like, no, you fucking stole the artifact.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to appeal. No,
in the American legal system, it would just be like, yeah, your
time served.
Your appeals denied, whatever.
Yeah.
Dang. That's crazy though.
So funny. Yeah. So pretty interesting story along with all that, but hilarious that
Wow.
they did this. They did all this for $35,000. Come on. Like in
Imagine,
today's money.
yeah.
Wow.
The interesting thing to me is like, so this was created whatever. So the, Aztecs and Mayans were doing similar stuff at similar time, like, so this was clearly a universal, like people wanted to track the movements of the earth and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Very, very cool. One of the like sort of, what do they call it? Seats of civilization or yeah. Pretty interesting. Very interesting. I'm always very enthralled with that kind of like anthropology of like how there are multiple places, like you just said, there's multiple places where civilization, like human civilization, started to develop, and they all kind of developed like at a similar pace without having any contact with each other.
Yeah.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
Very, very weird.
Yeah. It makes a great case for our species being not the smartest one on the planet.
What's the one to the? It always makes me think of the what is it? Those patterns, the like mounded patterns that were in I think South America.
The burial mounds.
Patterns in ground. What is it? Nazca? I think it's Nazca or something like that.
Yeah.
Nazca lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Nazca lines.
Yeah. So yeah, southern Peru, like super interesting, like civilization, like they're creating these like very detailed things that are miles and miles in length.
Yeah.
Without the ability to see it from above. How are you doing? Like that's like some crazy shit, dude.
Yeah. And failed to elaborate. Just like didn't leave a,
no
explanation.
Like, somebody's like, should we write down, like we have the ability to do this? Should we write some instructions for how to interpret our art or just leave it up?
Nope.
Nah.
They were just like, leave it.
Nah.
They'll figure it out.
You gotta love it.
It does crack me up about archaeology though, like especially like that kind of stuff. Because here in Ohio we have the mound cultures, like indigenous people, they built the mounds and stuff. It's like, but they never specified what the mounds were used for, so it's up to us to kind of interpret and guess. And like the best we can do is like, well, it lines up with the moon and the sun at this time, and this, like maybe it was a like crude calendar, but we don't know. It's like and they have some kind of written language, because there's also like they've found stone with inscriptions on it. But it's like we don't even know what the inscriptions mean, because there's no like record of their written language. It's kind of hilarious how much we don't know.
Well, and it kind of shows, I guess,
and wonder
too, like,
what they did know.
Right. Yeah. It's also interesting to think about it as like our civilization being very preoccupied with like the eternality of ourselves, like to leave like I have this like majorly where it's like I want to leave an impact. I want to be remembered. I don't want to die and the only people that remember me are my children, my grandchildren. Like I want to exist into history in the future, and those cultures, like they didn't give a shit about that.
No.
Clearly, because they had the ability to leave some sort of record of something.
Yeah.
And they just didn't. They lived for whatever kind of moment or time they were, and that's very, very interesting. But also, okay, my only other one that I'll mention here is increase mather.
Any relation to cotton mather?
Dude, how the fuck? How do you know the stuff that you know?
Like sinners in the hands of an angry God.
Why do you know this stuff?
Why do I know this
stuff? That was in this. Hold on, I'm looking through. I'm pretty sure he was. I'm pretty sure it was like a brother or something.
It'd have to be like a son or brother. He has to be related, right? I know this
Ah.
because in high school, we had to read so junior literature was like preoccupied with American literature. And so we had to read Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God,
Okay.
which was a sermon by Cotton Mather.
Okay.
That somehow became like a cultural, like, it had like a deep significance in the American like zeitgeist, I guess, at the time. And so it became part of like historical literature,
Yeah.
I guess. So we learned about Cotton Mather and yeah. Is he really though?
Let me read this excerpt, okay? From the Increase Mather. I just clicked on it because I thought the name was hysterical. Increase Mather. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, please be related to Marshall Mathers because this would be so funny. No. In 1661, with the advent of the Stuart Restoration and resurgence of Anglicanism, Increase returned to Massachusetts Bay Colony, where he married Maria Cotton. She was his stepsister by virtue of his father's marriage to Sarah Hankridge, widow of John Cotton and mother of Maria. So kind of his steps is kind of weird. I guess father and son marrying the
stepsister.
Yeah.
So
Maria gave birth to Cotton Mather in 1663. So yeah, there you go. That was his son. Increase Mather was the father of Cotton Mather. Wow, that kind of blew my mind there, Tim, a little bit.
Wow.
I know you got the trivial facts on deck, but that one was out of the deep reaches of. Woo! So what's really funny to me though is Increase Mather was elected president of Harvard in 1681. So he declined that, and then he was made acting president 1685. So this is like before Harvard was like a college. It was like it
was a school. Yeah,
it was a school basically, and I think while he was there, they started awarding their first doctorates. Who was it? The first doctorate was earned by somebody. Oh, geez, who was it? Let me look. That was another interesting one, I thought, but doctorate at Harvard. Who was it? No, never mind. Not interesting. First recipient of any doctorate from Harvard in 1873. That's not what I was
1873.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
That seems kind of late.
Something else. Yeah. Wow. So Increase Mather. That was an interesting one for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Let's see. So I went from Bronze Age stuff, Kielbasa, Jefferson Davis, Abracadabra is in there, which is funny. Dubuque, Iowa is in there. Nebra Sky Disc and Increase Mather.
Nice.
And a whole lot of Game of Thrones stuff. So yeah. That's my Wikipedia history. Part of my 550 articles read. Hoping to hit the I'm in the top half of
trying to get to 1,000 in 2026.
I'm gonna try. Let's see what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see what my Wikipedia Wrapped next year looks like.
Oh, really?
All right, I guess the yawn is the sign we gotta sign off here. I didn't realize it's almost live.
Well, we had a snow day, so
Oh, okay. So you finally got your snow, huh?
Well, we got snow on the weekend, but yeah, we got today off because the temperature being so cold. It was it was like below zero with wind chill most of the day. Yeah. So they did the right thing and said, let's not have kids die of frostbite at the bus stop.
Right.
But it was touch and go for a minute there.
Yeah.
Like they were really thinking about
we're going to send kids home with hot hands today and come learn.
Yeah. Basically.
So snow day tomorrow or you're on for tomorrow?
Nah, we're on for tomorrow. It's supposed to warm up. It's going to be like 30 tomorrow. So
nice to have a snow day on a Monday. Get a
Yeah,
three-day weekend.
especially coming up with winter break starting on Friday. So
Yeah. Hell yeah. Nice.
that makes this week about, I don't know, 6-7 days shorter. Oh.
Skibbity.
If you don't know, you don't know. All right, dude.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.